to Jeff Koinange live here on the bench with the elusive, the mysterious Maina Njenga, one-time leader of Mungiki. He says Mungiki doesn't exist anymore, but he's chairman of an outfit which he says is the people, aka Mungiki. By the way, how were you elected the leader?
You know, Jeff, when somebody becomes a leader, you don't necessarily become elected in the first place. You just appoint yourself. Then people will come and vote for you. So remember, in the times of Moses, in the time of Jesus, who elected them? Nani aliwachagua? Si walizuka tu. Baada ya kuzuka ndio watu wakaona, oh, huyu ni kiongozi, lazima tumfuate. So we need the blessings of God other than voting of the people. Mungu akisema ni hapa, itakuwa ni hapa.
Na Mungu alisema ni wewe?
Yes, alisema ni mimi.
No, there was another leader back then. I remember there was a guy called Ndora Waruingi.
Ndora Waruingi.
Remember?
Yes, Ndora.
What happened to him? I thought he was Mungiki.
Ndora Waruingi. We were with the Ndora Waruingi for quite a long time. You know, I recruited Ndora Waruingi when he was just a small boy in school. He was in 20 in Moro. And then we worked with him for quite some time, but he's still there. In fact, Ndora Waruingi is my first cousin.
Oh.
Yeah. The father of Ndora Waruingi and my mother, they come from the same womb.
Is that right?
So,
brother and sister? So
we are cousins.
Your first cousins?
Yes.
Ah.
And by the way, nowadays we don't call ourselves Mungiki. I'm a principal in the Azimio fraternity.
So yeah. You are still part of Azimio?
Yes, I'm part of Azimio. I'm a principal. Yeah. I stand next to Baba every time, and Kalonzo Musyoka, and those big men. When they are counted, we are called. I'm there. So what I want to tell you, Jeff, our people, it is not every time you say, oh, Mungiki, Mungiki, Mungiki. Mungiki is long time gone. Now we are working on other issues. When you subject people to problems and heavy taxation, high cost of living, you call them Mungiki. In the times of campaign, you call them, okay, good youth. They are going to vote for you. After voting for you, now you call them Mungiki. Well, what about the youth of Masai? What do you call them? The youth of Turkana, what do you call them? Is it only the mountain which has evil youth? Let me tell you, Jeff, when you want to kill a lot, you give them a bad name. That's the name they are giving us. But we are sons and daughters of Mau Mau. We fought for this country. Even if we were not there, our father fought for this country, and we must be there to the last end.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua also says he is the son of Mau Mau.
Yes.
And yet you don't seem to get along very well with him.
No, I have no problem with the Deputy President. You know, Deputy President is he says he's a son of Mau Mau. I'm also a son of Mau Mau. So we need all the sons of Mau Mau to come and meet. I have set a meeting which will be there on 31st of December when we are crossing the year. And I have actually invited the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, the former President, Uhuru Kenyatta, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. We are supposed to converge at Kaviroini ground. I have been talking to the Council of Elders, the Kikuyu, Kiama, and all those people that are opinion leaders and leaders. We will write to governors from all the Mount Kenya region, all the senators, the MCAs, and all of us, we are going to converge at Kaviroini ground.
That's in Nyeri County?
Yes, Nyeri County.
What is the purpose of that?
The purpose of that is to thank God for what he has done for us. He has blessed us, and he has given us time to be where we are. The reason of choosing Nyeri is because Nyeri is somehow in the center of our mountain. We have Mount Kenya there, we have the Aberdare ridges here. So Nyeri is the center of everything. And in Nyeri, that is where we have so many heroes. Jeff, Derek Kimathi came from Nyeri. Mwai Kibaki came from Nyeri. Wangari Maathai came from Nyeri. The great Wangari Maathai.
Yes.
And even all of us, we come from those places. And I want to tell you, Jeff, with the way we are going, with the way the country is going, the cost of living is a problem to this country. Look at the price of diesel and the fuel and everything that is cooking and the gas. It is raising up. The common mwananchi who is there in the village, let's say in Nyeri, Karatina, all everywhere, is feeling that pinch. He doesn't have a salary. Now, Jeff, if you want to get an ID, you have to have 100 shillings, 1,000 shillings. Where will we get 1,000 shillings? Imagine somebody is getting out from school. We have the school leavers who are going to leave school for from four leavers, and they are expected to vote on the coming generation. Where will they get this money to get IDs? IDs are meant to be given people for free. You don't have to ask people to pay for IDs. Now we have another problem apart from this ID. Now I hear if you get a girlfriend and you stay with a girlfriend for some time without having a proper certificate, you'll be paying like 2,500. This is actually a very hard life and a burden. It's going to break families. We will not have families, my friend. And then when we go ahead, you find that when you want to do wedding, you have to pay like 100,000. Where are we going to get this 100,000? We can't afford to pay a house for 10,000 shillings.
I think those rates were revised, though. No. There was a mistake.
Even if they are revised, they are still there.
Okay, speaking of money and funding,
yes.
Where does Mungiki get its funding?
No, we are not talking about Mungiki.
Okay, where does your organization?
We are talking about the Amani Sasa Foundation.
Where do you get your funding?
It is from the people. Ourselves, we fund ourselves. When we want to do a meeting, we contribute that money. We make sure that everything is in order. We fund ourselves.
Who's we?
Ourselves, the people of the Republic of Kenya. Whenever we want to meet. You know, people, when you have the power of the people, you can do anything.
Like when you met in Muranga recently?
Yes.
I mean, all that took a lot of organizing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Where did the funding for that come from?
No, that was not a big meeting. You know, Jeff, if you volunteer to do something, you just come to the meeting. You don't need to be funded by anybody. You just come to the meeting because you are responsible to that meeting. You know the purpose of this meeting. This is a purpose-driven work, whereby you have to be there because it is part of you.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
This question has been asked a lot recently.
Yes.
Are you the new kingpin of Mount Kenya? Because Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was talking about kingpins, and he wants to be seen as the kingpin of Mount Kenya.
Yes.
Even though he said he's not interested.
What?
Even though he said he's not interested.
Yes.
Are you interested?
Let me tell you, Jeff, we cannot stay without a leader. Deputy President has said it clearly. He's not interested. But people want to be represented. We are looking for representation. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is the head of government, the deputy head of the government. But we have the nation, the people of Kenya. Like in Mount Kenya, we need to have somebody who is in charge of the mountain, so that when the government does it wrong, this person in coordination with the other leaders can be able to tell the government, you are doing it wrong. If they are doing it good, you can praise them. We need to have that person. I am not calling myself the kingpin. It is the people who started. It is not me. They started talking about it.
So you don't mind that title then?
What is the problem with it? What is the problem with it? I hear people saying that it has no salary. My friend, we have to practice to become servant leaders, whereby you serve people without pay. For the last 36 years, Jeff, I've been there as a servant leader of the people. working for them, whether it is illegal or not. Let me tell you, like when you go to South Africa, people would not have been liberated if it was not the ANC which was working against the government of South Africa. So even things start when they are illegal, and then they become regularized. Mau Mau was very illegal. But why do you praise Mau Mau nowadays? They are heroes. The same case, this Mungiki thing must be legalized. And there's not people, you should not talk about Mungiki anymore.
But it was the British who called Mau Mau savages.
Yes.
It wasn't us local people. We knew what they were doing.
But even in our local people, there were those people who were collaborators. They saw Mau Mau as a very bad thing. The same case applies to this time. They talk about youth of Mount Kenya, they call them Mungiki. But in real sense, these were sons and daughters of Mau Mau. They will not go anywhere. They are people. They are supposed to meet their fathers. That is why all the youth, whether employed or not, we are having a meeting in Gaborone. We call the young men of the Republic of Kenya, especially from Mount Kenya. They come and meet their parents so that we can have a prayer at that Nyeri. We will have the council of elders, that other Kiama, and it is very unfortunate that that man who is the chairman of the Kiama lost the mother.
Right.
And we send the condolences to them. And we pray that his soul will rest in peace. They're going to have a burial ceremony on Friday.
Will you be there?
I will be there.
Okay, this meeting in Gaborone.
Gaborone. Yes.
Maybe you need, because people still associate you with Mungiki, right?
Yes.
Maybe you need to exorcise those demons of Mungiki once and for all.
Which ones?
The ones that did bad things.
Let me tell you, there was nothing that was bad. I told you that was a struggle.
A struggle for what?
When we were struggling to be where we are, you have to do anything. You remember the time of Moi? Moi was a very dangerous man. Anything you did, we were blamed of illegal society, illegal assembly, slander, and all manner of accusation. And planting of cases, trumped up cases. This Mungiki thing will be a history, and it is going to be read by people many years to come. Those youth helped people to secure their places in Moro, Naivasha, and all these areas. You don't have to say about all the bad things that those people did.
But they committed atrocities.
Let me tell you, when you're fighting each other, anything can happen. We don't blame them. You forgive them for what they did.
So you don't deny that Mungiki did some bad things?
Yeah, I don't deny they did bad things. They also did good things. I told you, those were those days. Even the Mau Mau.
Yes.
Let me ask you one question, Jeff. When the Mau Mau were fighting the British and the colonial rule, were there any rule of fighting?
No.
Hmm? When you are fighting each other, or when you are doing maandamano, it is the police who comes and disturbs the peace where you are. Even in the time of we were doing maandamano last time with Baba, the police were coming to destroy our peace. If we were left alone to do the maandamano, then we would not have had any problem. So if police can behave in a better way and keep off maandamanos and keep off where people are gathering, we can have peace every time.
Tell me something. The other day you went to plant trees on National Tree Planting Day.
Yes.
You went to plant trees in Northlands Estate.
Yes.
Why? Why Northlands?
You know, Jeff, some politicians from Central Kenya had organized people to go and destroy a private property in that Northland district. They cut trees and stole sheep and goats. They even started building houses in a private land. Now, that destruction that was there is what we felt it was very bad, and we went there as we were protesting the action that was there. So we took some 2,000 to 500 trees. We started planting because we love the ex-president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. We want him to be safe. We want him to be respected, but by every person. That's why I said even we are going to talk to him so that we can go around this country. He's going to thank Kenyans for the 10 years he's been ruling this country peacefully. And even the situation was there. You remember when President Uhuru Kenyatta was president, the cost of living was a bit fair.
But people still complained then, by the way, yeah?
Yeah, they complained, but not a lot. But there is no time people will never complain. Even in time of Moses, people complained a lot.
You seem to like that guy a lot, huh?
Yes, he was a liberator.
You quote him a lot in your...
Yes.
Oh, by the way, you still preach, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Are you some kind of preacher?
Yeah, I'm a bishop.
You're what?
I'm a bishop.
Where?
Yes, I preach with the Hope International Ministry. We have several churches, and also we have another organization called the Christian Independent Movement, whereby we bring churches together from different churches. Last Sunday, I was at Korogosho. I was attending a church service in Korogosho, whereby I met the Pope of Rancho Maria. We prayed together. I left that place. I went to Juja to meet the bishop of the AIPCA, and we raised funds to make sure that we build a church. So we have a union of churches. In fact, we have over 5,000 churches which we are united because we are united because of Christ.
How do you reconcile your Mungiki past with this new life of preaching?
Let me tell you, Jeff. Katika Biblia, hakuna kiongozi anakuwaga 100%. You cannot be loved by everybody.
True.
You are not money. Wewe si pesa. Pesa ndio watu wanapenda watu wote. Mimi si pesa na siwezi pendwa na kila mtu. So kuna wale wananipenda, kuna wale hawanipendi. Lakini sasa kama ni pesa, watu wote wanataka pesa. So hakuna kiongozi anaweza pendwa na waizi apendwa na kila mtu. So mimi, I'm not an angel. I'm a human being like you. Na ile kitu imekuwa tofauti na mimi ni kwa sababu mimi nimekuwa ndani ya watu. So nimekuwa those days nilikuwa nasanya wakora, ninasanya wa street boys, ninasanya everybody. So wakija papa pamoja kuwa clean na kuweka laini, ni kazi ngumu. Hebu nikuletee street boys 5 hapa, Jeff. 5 hapa na malaya wawili kutoka hapa kwa Inange. Utafanya nini? Si utatoroka?
Utoroka.
Yeah, uniachie hii kazi ya kutangaza. Yeah, na wewe udili na hiyo watu. Watu wananiangaliaga. Mimi I have a spirit of Dedan Kimathi. Mimi saa hizi ndio wakati hiyo spirit ya Kimathi. Usiona wakati nilienda huko kwa Kimathi. Na nikakuta kamati imekaa hapo. Ile kamati ya Central Province.
Yeah.
Nikaenda hapo nikakaa chini. Jeff, it was very dangerous. Mimi nilienda nikajitangaza. Nikasema mimi nitakuja na baba. Na watu walikuwa nasema hakuna baba. Baba is a human being. He's my party leader. Na unajua chairman wetu wa Azimio ni Uhuru Kenyatta. Unaweza achilia shamba ya Uhuru Kenyatta ianze kuharibiwa na watu waanze kuchoma virusi zake. Sasa wakimaliza huko si watakuja kwangu. So mimi nilienda hapo kwa Dedan Kimathi. Nikaambia hawa viongozi wote, tayarisheni viti za kutosha. Mimi nitakuja na baba. Na nikikuja na baba na pia nitakuja na watoto wa Maumau. Hiyo ndio ilimaanisha, hiyo sauti nilisema hapo during the lamentation. Ndio ilifanya mimi nivamiwa. 10 houses, 200 soldiers. Jeff, hebu niambie na hesabu ngapi? Those are about 2,000 soldiers. Ndio nakwambia mtu mwenye alikuwa ananitafuta ananiletea bangi, Nakuru, house ya Nakuru, ananiletea bunduki, ananiletea bangi nyingine hapa, gunia. Huyu ni mtu ambaye anashika anaweka vitu kwa gari, anasema pelekea Maina na mshike peleka kotini. Shika hii pelekea cocaine Maina, peleka kotini. That's a very powerful person.
Na walikushika?
Siku ya kwanza hawakunishika. Yeah, hawakunishika hiyo siku. Hata wakati walikuja na bangi na nini hawakunishika. Walishika hizo vitu. Sasa ninauliza swali, kama walikuja na wakashika vitu na wakavunja nyumba, nani aliona?
By the way, ni akina nani hawa?
Hawa ni maaskari wa viongozi wa watu. Wale wanaonekana ni wapinzani wangu sana. Wao ndio wanatumwa, wanapangwa. Wanatoka hapa Central tu. Ninawajua.
Unawajua?
All of them.
Now, before you were mentioning wale walienda Northlands, you said there's some central leaders involved.
Yes.
Ni akina nani hao?
Hawa leaders wanajijua. Hata wewe Jeff unawajua. Wote. Si wanakujanga hapa kujitangaza. Si hii television yako ndio ilikuwa inatusema ati ilikuwa inapasa hiyo message. Wakati wanapiga kelele hapo wanasema tutavamia shamba ya Uhuru Kenyatta, before they did the action. Huku uweze kuwajua hata wewe. Mimi sina haja ya kuwataja hapa, lakini hii TV yako inajua hii mambo yote kwa sababu iko na hiyo documentation. Hata wewe Jeff ndio ungekuwa ukiniambia hii watu ni kina gani? Kina nani? Maana hata nimekuta uko na picha yangu hapa. You know them?
Yes.
Yeah, they are very senior. Walipanga vizuri. Mimi nawajua wote. Lakini sasa sitaki I don't want to put salt on that wood.
Yes.
Nataka sasa peace and reconciliation. Maana sasa mimi nilikuwa field marshal hiyo wakati. And once a soldier, always a soldier. Ndio sasa mimi bado niko. Hata kama nimeokoka, I'm a soldier of the Lord. Uweze kusema ati huyu mtu nini na nini. That's why I'm bringing people of Mount Kenya together. Na hiyo meeting, all of us will be there. Watu wa kutoka sehemu wote, kutoka Lamu, kutoka Kitale, kutoka everywhere. Wazee wote tutakutana hapo Kaviruini. Ex-president will be there. Huyu deputy president hakuja hapo. Tusalimiane watoto wa Mau wote. Hapo ndio kila mtu ataona mtu rangi yake. Yes.
Muta invite president pia?
Hafai kuja hapo.
Kwa nini?
Anafaa kuja kufanya nini? Yeye anaita mkutano wake huko Rift Valley. Si Wakalenjini wakikutana sasa mkutano wa Kalenjini ukiitwa, si yeye ndiye ataenda huko sasa. Sasa hiyo ni mkutano wa in-house. Nyoba nali kaiti umago. Yeah. In Kikuyu we say house. And Erika.
Yes,
eti umago. So hii ni mkutano ya wa Kikuyu, wa Embu na wa Meru. Ile gema ya kwanza. You know the origin of our community is the Gema community. This is the Gema community. We want it to be back and talk with one voice. Our purpose is to bring unity all over the nation. And we have started from the mountain. You know, there was a great and grievous mistake that was done by our people. They entered into an agreement without even having a document. That is why they are being shortchanged every time.
Which people are you talking about?
No, our people here went into an agreement with the UDA, and they formed a government. And there were people who are saying that we cannot put an agreement. Well, work is not based on trust. When you want to work, even if it is your friend, even if you are selling shamba or making agreement or marrying, you have to have a document. You know, at the time of Uhuru and Ruto, during the previous government, they had 50-50, on 50-50 basis. Ruto had his own ministers, Uhuru has his own ministers. Now, which agreement do we have? How can we complain? Based on which document? That's why I'm saying, if the deputy president is the head of the principal assistant to the president, he should continue and let us organize our people on the grassroots.
Yeah, but he claims, I mean, he wants to...
No, he said he's not going to those areas anymore. And you know this man is very truthful. He cannot. Yes, very truthful man. If he says You cannot go there again.
He's a truthful man. So what does Maina Njenga want in the end? What do you want?
Maina Njenga want the unity of Mount Kenya people, the unity of the whole country, so that people can unite and talk with one voice. So that, and we have our own political party. So that when we enter agreement with other people from other region, we can have a discussion on equal basis. You understand? Jeff?
Yeah.
Tuwe na majadiliano. Kama tunaonana tukuwe na certificate. Saizi Mount Kenya region, we don't have a party. Iko wapi?
But you are so divided.
No, now is when we are going to come together. That's why we are fighting east, left and center. For people to come together. Tulete watu wote. Hiyo meeting nimeita Kabiroini. Nimeambia watu, sitaki kusikia mtu ni wa chama gani. Qualification. Wewe ni over 18 years. We don't want to know your political party. Let's come as brothers and sisters. We all came from our father, Gekoyo and Mombi. We are the sons of our father Abraham. Tumetoka pamoja. So meeting ya Kabiroini si kusema wewe ni wa chama gani. Tuacha machama zetu kila pahali, tukuje kama sisi. Na mtu aache mamlaka yake, ukuja kama wewe, tukutane kama brothers and sisters.
Na nani atalipa watu wakuje hiyo mkutano?
Hakuna mtu atalipwa, watu atajireta.
Lakini hiyo funding ya kuorganize kitu kama hiyo.
Nini?
Funding.
Sasa hiyo itategemea kama kuna viongozi wala wanaweza kulipia watu kama wawili watatu, tutasukuma tu. No problem. Lakini sasa kila mtu ajipange. Meeting imeitwa. Mimi ninasema hii kiti ya Jenga Karume. Gikuyu Embu and Meru Association. Myself niko Jenga. Wakati Jenga alikuwa anaenda hapo. Karen aliniita akaniambia wewe angalia hii watu wa Mount Kenya. Sitaki kushikwa na laana. Ndio sasa nimeshuka hii ushukani kurudisha watu pamoja. Sitaki nishikwe na laana, Jeff. Yeah, I don't.
Uko chonjo.
Uko chonjo. Na ni lazima tuunganishe hii watu pamoja. Hebu nikuulize, unaona saizi huko Western Province. Unaona kwa Karware anarusha maneno hapa Central Province. Unaona wengine huko Baringo wanarusha maneno hapa Central Province. Sasa tukipigana hapa Central Province tutatokelezea wapi? Wakati maadui zetu watakuja kutupiga, watatupiga tukiwa wapi, Jeff? Hata hapa utaweza kutangaza kweli? Sasa let us come together. Tajiri, maskini, mtu mfupi, mrefu, let us be together.
Peacefully.
Yes, peacefully.
Not Mungiki violence.
Not Mungiki. Yes.
Let's take a break. Plenty more ahead. We'll get you your feedback. I hear the tweets are coming in thick and fast. Keep them coming, folks. It's all about Maina Njenga. He's come out of the woodworks, and he is sparing nobody, calling it like he sees it. Is Mungiki still alive or not? What is the way forward? At Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV, can you the hashtag JKLIVE. JKLIVE takes a break. We'll be back in a moment.